Hey Doug, how are you?
Good.
How long have you been on this property, and when did you start growing?
I've been on the property 10 years, and I started pretty much straight away, but just with a lemon and a lime tree, and then I've had some lychees, mangoes, longans, things like that for maybe nine years, and then after that I just started planting lots of things.
And how big is the property?
Half an acre.
Okay. Do you get any frost here or?
No frost.
No frost.
About
okay.
4 degrees is about my minimum here.
Okay,
I'm right up on top of a hill facing the west, so we get the sun right in the afternoon. It sort of and the cold air flows down the hill away from here.
Okay.
So
you were showing me this jackfruit before, which is absolutely loaded. And what variety of jackfruit is that?
I don't even know. I bought it before I knew it.
Okay. And
So
that is
it's just a seedling,
okay.
like crunchy jackfruit, and it's a nice one.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then we have this
Yellow Jaboticaba.
Yellow Jaboticaba, which is really, really nice. How loaded it is. That's the fruit here. All right, and then we have the cinnamon tree.
Cinnamon, and there's an allspice underneath there as well. I just have this here because I like the look of all the new growth. It looks pretty nice.
Okay. What do we have here?
Along the wall here I've got, I don't know, like about 25 different varieties of dragon fruit. And then behind there I've got some Eugenias, Patomba, the other Rapanda.
This is the Pitomba you just posted a video of, right?
Yes, I kept a fruit for you, so
okay,
I've got
perfect. Thank
I've
you.
got a fruit. Abiu.
And how old is that Abiu?
I think that's 5 or 6 years old.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's been flowering for the last 3 years, but I think some really need cross-pollination, so I've got another couple that I'm growing to try to plant or graft in here.
Oops. All right.
That's a DPI Gold Star Apple. Sabara Jaboticaba.
All right.
I've got a heap of Jaboticabas. Grumichama.
Yep.
Mango, more Jaboticaba. More Grumichamas. Recently I just got these Chupa Chupa.
Chupa Chupa, yeah.
Chupa Chupa. So
that is supposed to be a very tropical plant, right?
I think so, yeah.
But it's doing pretty good.
It grew. It was here over winter, so it survived winter. So
yep.
Soursop,
Of course.
Soursop, Kwai Muck.
Yep.
Tree.
These are the fruitlets on the Kwaimok.
And then another Grumichama. This one I'm pulling out because I bought 4 oranges and 3 are black and 1's orange, so I'll pull the 3 blacks
Do they
out.
taste the same or are they different?
I've got other. They're pretty much the same, and I've got other black ones anyway.
And you were telling me about the water. So you, what have you done there with the water?
It's a 3-stage water filter that gets rid of all the heavy metals and contaminants, and then gets rid of chlorine and chloramine. And then one of the filters breaks up the scale and softens the water. And I've noticed it does make a difference, especially in winter time on my potted plants. They don't look as chlorotic. Everything just looks a bit better. So, and plus the benefit is it's all the water we use in the house has got all the chlorine taken out of it anyway.
And do you need to change the filters every?
They reckon probably every year. Maybe they weren't that expensive, the filters, to change. Like it might cost me $100 and something to change the 3 filters, $200.
100, 200 once a year is not bad.
Yeah.
And this one here is.
That's another Grumichama.
Okay.
But there's 3 of these are coming out because they're all black ones, and I've already got heaps of them. That's a Dark Star dragon fruit.
Yep.
Move those back through. This is just a white dragon fruit, and I've also got a spiky yellow one in here as well. This is a Pitangatuba that has always looked like this, but a while ago I realised it actually had borer get into the trunk. So I'm amazed it's still alive because it's got 4 holes in there. But I've got some other ones growing in pots, so I'll replace it.
And once the borer is in, there is no treatment?
I think
you can't do anything about it?
there might be, but I think it's already, the plants look like this for years, so
Yeah.
I think the damage is done. That's a Kwan mango.
Does it fruit?
Yes, I did get fruit last year, but like I said, we had so much rain this season, like a lot of the fruit just have got anthracnose and haven't set. So that one did have fruit, but they've all fallen off.
And that's a
a gyro persimmon. And then this is a coconut cream mango.
Yep.
And these guys, actually the ones from America, the Zills ones, seem pretty resistant to anthracnose. They seem to set.
Oops, lychee.
That's a little lychee. It used to be like 4 meters by 4 meters by 4 meters, but I've cut it right back to the stump because it was too big. That's a Kaimana.
How old is this lychee?
That's about 8 years old.
Okay.
But I've cut it, like, this is the second time
I'm very jealous of the lychee.
because you can keep pruning it, but they keep getting bigger, and then at some point you got to cut it right back and let it go again.
Very jealous that you can cut the lychee back. I don't even touch mine. I have like 4 years old and it is barely reaching that size.
Along the fence here, I've got
Grapes.
these are muscadine.
Muscadines.
These are the black ones, black muscadine. These are 2 different ice cream beans.
Yep.
This is the proper Inga edulis, the long, really long pods, and this is Spectabilis, the machete ice cream bean.
So are they essentially growing in the same hole?
Yes, because they're tropical, and I thought they would die.
Okay.
I thought one would die.
They do even well in even in Brisbane, even in Melbourne.
Yes, but that's the other Inga, which is that big one that's up there.
Okay.
That's Inga Fueli or Inga Mauritania.
Okay.
That's a more cold hardy, but these ones, even here, this loses a lot of its leaves.
Okay.
Yeah, like they have a much bigger. It's a papery leaf like a cacao, whereas the others are much hardier. Yeah.
Bigger leaf usually mean they are more tropical.
Yes. Yeah, and it's just the feel. You can feel it feels not as hardy.
Yep.
They get knocked about in winter. That's a King Thai mango. This is a orange sherbet mango
Loaded.
with a lot of fruits this year. So
Even on the ground.
yeah, some laying on the ground. Some have fallen off with the rain, but
how old is this mango?
I've only had it in the ground. This will be the 2nd year in the ground. So
Wow.
yeah. So I didn't get any fruit last year, but I have eaten the fruit from somebody else, and they're really good.
They are
Really good.
because Asher is growing the same orange sherbet. The leaves are very citrusy,
Yes.
but the mangoes taste like normal. They don't have the citrus tones.
Oh no, this is like cross between mango and Fanta.
Okay.
It's got a real
Yeah, that's what I heard on the
Yeah.
American videos. That's what it's supposed to be.
And then I've got like a little Lucuma in here. Little Lucuma. This is a Daly's Kona. Kona, which they originally were selling as a variety of Lucuma, but it's more like it's a canistel.
Okay.
More like a canistel.
So you don't need to cover these mangoes like in
Yeah,
this.
I will when they're almost ripe.
Okay.
Once they get close to being ripe.
At this stage, like you
No.
don't have any issues with the possums
No.
or okay.
I have a big dog, so the possums don't come. This is a chokanan.
Yep, Chokanan mango.
Which it does. It fruits basically all year,
Okay.
but the fruits that you get in winter aren't that great
Hmm.
because they just don't have that heat to
Yep.
sweeten them up.
Yep.
They're okay, but yeah.
And what about this the ground cover? Is this Pinto Peanut?
Yeah, that's Pinto Peanut.
Okay.
And I've spent a few years trying to get this established. It needs a lot of water, probably more water than we get, but I would really love this whole area to be covered with this, and then I don't have to mulch anymore.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
so it's taken a couple of years, but it's starting to, and because we've had so much rain this year, it's starting to take off.
Yep. They are more
this
of a tropical ground cover.
Mamay Sapote.
Okay.
This is another little lychee that I just planted not long ago. That's a chompogo.
Already fruiting.
This is Imbe, Garcinia Livingstone.
Okay, I have no idea about, but
Yeah.
it looks beautiful with the.
They're really strange
reddish.
looking. They're sort of a red fruit. I mean, they're like a Garcinia, but a bit sour, like a achacha, but a sour version of that.
Okay. You have 3 of them.
There's male and female, so I actually have a male and female, but I've planted like a bunch of other ones because I wasn't sure what I was going to get.
Yep.
So I've got a couple. That's a fruit punch mango. More Mamay Sapote. This is another type of ice cream bean, like different from all the other ones. A friend gave that to me. He didn't know what variety it was. That's a Eugenias stipitata, Araza
Wow.
in there. And then another Mamay Sapote in here. These are the broadleaf papayas.
Wow, they actually are broadleaf.
Yes, yeah. And these I mean, these would probably be good in Sydney
Okay.
because they don't get any black spot here.
Okay.
Normally the papayas.
That's the problem with papaya. I don't grow them because in Sydney it's already cold and they get those black spots.
But even they get that here as well. Normal papayas get it here, but these
You need a lot of spray. So do you spray them?
nothing.
Nothing.
No.
Okay. So and they are supposed to be male, female, or they are all?
A lot of them are bisexual, but this one is actually female, so I've been told, because it's got the round fruit.
Okay.
It's got a round fruit, and all my other trees have the
Elongated fruit.
longer fruit, which
Okay.
is apparently the bisexual.
Ah, okay.
So, but I think, I don't know, these are seedlings from my big old one.
Okay.
They just grew underneath the tree, so I planted them up
And
here.
they look gorgeous.
Yeah, they're cool looking.
The leaves look really cool.
Yeah, and they're hardy. I wouldn't say they're the sweetest papaya, but they grow easy. So
What's happening with the lychee? All those.
this is every few years we get Enrose mite here.
Okay.
The birds bring it in, and I have to spray. But it's been so wet here, like I haven't been able to spray. So I'm waiting for it to dry up, and then I'm going to just cut all of this back. But this was the same. This is a regrown lychee, but this one just grew faster. So this is I cut this back at the same time as the other one, but it just grows so fast.
So does it affect the fruit? Because
Yes.
I can see some of the fruit is blackened.
Yep. Yeah, it'll affect the fruit. So basically, I'll need to cut this right back again, spray it all with the wettable sulfur, and then it should be right for next year.
All right.
I mean, there's a few fruit on there, but there's not a lot. Oh, and also in there's a lemon zest mango somewhere
Somewhere.
in here. That's a lemon zest mango. That's my
How much
first.
sun they are getting? Like they are producing mangoes. How? Like they
Oh,
have.
I'll cut the lychee right back again
Okay.
and give it a bit and prune this so it gets. And then this is a lemon meringue mango. I mean, it's got a few. It's only been in the ground. This one's only been in the ground a year, so it's got a few fruit. This is a green sapote.
Wow, that's quite rare. Did it fruit?
Not yet, no.
Okay. How old is it?
Probably 8 years old, something like that. So I've got another couple of seedlings somewhere in here underneath all the choco. There's another green and another green here, just in case.
I think a lot of these tropical fruits trees that they love a bit of shade. They
Yes,
don't like
they
to
don't
be in
mind.
the full sun all the time.
Well, you look. This one's in the shade.
Yep.
Look how happy
Yep.
it looks.
That's
they-
another green spot, and they're all seedlings.
Yes, all seedlings.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's hard to actually find grafted ones here
Yeah.
because we don't have a lot of named varieties in
Yeah.
Australia. This is a Grimmel or large leaf Jaboticaba,
Okay.
and this one I usually get buckets of fruit off, so that's pretty good. I've got in here. There's this weird looking. That's a Elaeagnus, related to silverberry,
Okay.
but apparently it'll fruit a little red fruit. But I haven't had any. I don't know whether I get enough chill here.
Oh, they need chill.
They need a little bit of chill, yeah.
Okay. Sorry, what's their name?
It's a Elaeagnus.
Elaeagnus.
cross Ebingi. This one.
And you have multiple of them.
No, well, I have two of them, but they've just got multiple trunks.
Okay.
Yeah, they've got a heap. I put two there because I wasn't sure whether it needed. So I'll try to make. If you ever get through here.
Right. That is the real jungle.
Yep. This is another Soursop.
Yep. We see a lot of soursops here.
I used to have avocados up here, but we get we've only got 1.5 meters of sand and then the sandstone. So when it rains a lot, the rainwater goes through, but if it rains continuously for a week, they die. So this one came back to Pinkerton. I've planted more avocados down the bottom where I have a deeper soil. This is a Cahola longan. I need to do some pruning anyway. Actually, it's probably better off going this way. So then I have some Garcinias. That was sold to me as a Madruno bumpy lemon, but it's not. It's just a lemon drop mangosteen. I have a few.
Long one?
This one in here. This is a
there is some fruit. Oh no, that's longan on top of it.
That's a longan. Yeah. It's so hard because all the fruit's all mixed up. You know, that was a lamb house that died right back, but it's regrown. But I'll probably get rid of that. I need more room.
That's another longan.
That's a longan there. It's just really wide. That one.
We have some fruits there. Okay, that's the chocos.
Choco. Yeah, they grow wild on the fence. So, and I used to have a huge moringa in here, but it was too big, so I've got another one down the back.
So, like all this area, I see a lot of mulch. How much mulch are we talking about? How do you put all this mulch?
How much mulch? A lot. I've put over 8 years. I've put over 250 cubic meters, which is a huge truck with a trailer times 20, like a lot. But it's added a bit of organic matter to the top of the soil. I don't think I really need to do it anymore. If I can get a living ground cover, I think I've got enough sort of organic matter in the top there now.
Yeah, I get mulch truck like once a year, so 1 or 2 trucks a year.
Yeah,
and that's enough for my property.
Yeah,
obviously not as big as this one, but yeah, that really makes a difference. Like if it is raining today, it will be, you know, if it is dry for next 2 weeks. No issues.
No, this with the amount of rain we've had, it'll be wet under here for a month or so. Even if we didn't get rain for a month. So yeah, and plus it just keeps the weeds sort of at bay. I mean, I still need to weed, but some passion fruits, another longan, and then a couple of more. This is a Garcinia that I've grafted. I think that is the proper Madruno. I've grafted that onto Archichar.
So Madrono and lemon drop mangosteen, they are same?
Dailies call it Madrono, but there's one called Madruno, which is the bumpy lemon.
Okay.
It's like a bigger Garcinia.
Like a cha-cha.
Like an Archichar, yeah. So that's what this is, because I've seen the tree. But he had 2 trees and he thinks one is male and female, so I grafted that on there, and I've grafted some onto this one here. This is onto a lemon drop. But they're very slow growing. They get a different colour growth. It's pink, not red. So it's definitely...
What's this, longan?
That's an alupug,
which
is sort of like a longan, a more tropical version, so that suffers. And then there's one of Ross Creek's Mangosteens. Like
they also call that lemon drop mangosteen and tangosteen. It's like
I think it's probably an improved version of it. Yeah, who knows? It might not be. And then I've got a little Safau growing in beside the water tank here.
Safau.
But they're pretty tropical as well, so it's actually just getting some new shoots. But we might go around the other way.
Let's go.
We'll go back down. Because I just have so many trees here, it's hard to... Like people say, can I drop in for half an hour? And I'm like, half an hour?
What are these?
That's Ficus apuntia, so it's a spineless prickly pear. So we eat them.
Oh yeah, you can eat them.
Yeah,
and you can cook them apparently.
You can cook them as well. Yeah, but they're
Can you eat them like this?
Yeah, I just eat them like that. Crunchy, but when you see there's a hint of like lemon in there. When you steam it, it gets a really lemon flavour.
And the fruit?
It's okay. It's not fantastic. I think I get 1 million flowers. I only get a couple of fruit because this is all from the same cactus. I probably need a bit of cross pollination. I think I know somebody with a yellow and a green fruit, so I might eventually dig 2 of these out and plant them there so I get more fruit.
What's this, cassava?
Some cassava, yeah. My veggie gardens are just completely gone at the moment because it's so hot. I like asparagus. Heaps of this Timor. This is Timor lettuce. because it grows so well here. Sweet potatoes, and I did have all collards and kale in here, but as soon as it warms up, we just get annihilated by bugs.
Yep.
So I'm going to build another shade tunnel and grow them all underneath. Go. Yeah, this is a juicy pearl star apple. Meant to be a really big, nice star apple. So
how old is the tree?
I think it's about 5 years.
Did it fruit?
I haven't had any flowers or fruit yet. So
why?
Well, I think they don't fruit until about 6 or 7 years of age anyway. I have a friend with one about the same size. I think last year he had like one flower on it. Didn't get a fruit, but I mean, so I think I
was seeing someone's post like near Bundy today on, I think on Dailies or on Aussie Fruit.
Yep.
And their trees were loaded.
Okay.
I didn't ask like how old are they, but they are near Gingin or Bundy somewhere.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. Not yet.
No idea.
Not yet. This is appleberry, the Australian native, sweet appleberry.
Okay. Let me get a jackfruit on the video.
Oh, yeah.
Because they look absolutely amazing. And loaded.
Google. It's okay. Ooh, come on, move it. This is from Dailies. This was a Bacupari, but it's basically just a lemon drop mangosteen, which isn't bad. Come on, other right. In here I've got two
Bacupari.
Yeah,
okay.
It's basically just another lemon drop. In here I've got two rare, Garcinias. I'm not sure what they are yet. They were from a collector, an old guy, a collector, and even he didn't know what they were. But the leaf looks different from other Garcinias that I've got.
So Garcinia is the same family as Mangosteen?
Yes.
Okay.
That's one of my favourite family. I
of
love
course,
Garcinias.
Mangosteen is the best.
Yeah, and archachas and all of those fruits. So I think this is maybe something like a macrophylla. I'm not sure, like a bigger Garcinia. This is a Campanisia. Campanisia linistifolia, perfume guava.
Yeah, perfume guava. I have it.
That's another. This is from Steve Trenny. It's like meant to be a bigger lemon drop, bigger lemon drop mangosteen. Blackberry jam fruit, falsa.
Did you get the blackberry jam fruit?
Yeah. We get them every year.
Okay, is it good?
Oh, they're a novelty.
Okay.
There's not a lot in them, but they do sort of taste like.
Because those yellow Jaboticabas are really nice.
Yeah, they're good. But I get a lot of fruit on them.
They are really nice.
Yeah. This is apparently a yellow Grumichama.
Okay.
So I got one fruit, so hopefully it is a yellow.
Yep.
Because I just wanted some other colours because I have so many black ones.
And they taste the same, right?
Yeah, the yellows are a little bit sweeter, I think.
Okay.
It's a Spanish tamarind. This is a red Mombin.
Red Mombin.
Spondius purpurea. So it's related to hog plum.
Okay.
But it's like when it goes red, it's like a little plum, and the skin is so tight with when you bite into it, it like explodes in your mouth with juice. They're really good. I have a bunch of Jaboticabas, Naval, Peluda du Mercury, Giant Red Lantern, Giant Red Crystal, some blueberries.
Blueberries are all in the pots?
In the pots, okay. Yeah. They've just finished, but we're picking like a handful every day for a month or two. I probably should get some more, but...
What is this big tree?
This is an ice cream bean.
Oh, this is the ice cream.
This is the ice cream bean.
This is the one which is...
The one that's growing, that daily cell that's growing down in Melbourne and Sydney and, Okay. This is Katsura.
Katsura?
Yeah, from Asia. Have you heard of Katsura?
No
They're
idea.
a weird looking fruit. They grow on a vine. So I got some seeds from somebody, so
why are you growing this at the base of this tree?
Because it's a vine.
Okay.
And it needs to grow up something.
Okay.
So, and I will leave this here. I'll trim it back, but I'll leave like the main structure of this because it's nice to have a bit of shade.
And is it supposed to be grown in a shade?
I think they're a little bit more temperate. So if these are in the sun, they just die back. I had one out in a bit more sun to try it out, but it just didn't cope. So since I planted them here, they've grown heaps. So you see, they got a couple of coffee. These are dwarf coffee.
Another coffee here.
A couple of different star fruits. Big black sapote. Yep. That's just, we've finished all the fruit. That's just flowering again. And then I have another little black sapote here just to help with pollination.
So the question on black sapote, does it taste like chocolate pudding?
No, not really. I mean, but it's just because it doesn't taste like chocolate pudding doesn't mean it's not good. I still like it.
Is it sweet?
This tree is slightly sweet. The ones I get off this aren't. These are small round ones. They're okay, but this one has the big flat fruits and they're slightly sweet. But we have so many sweet fruits. It's good to have fruits that sometimes that aren't so sweet.
Yep.
Because a lot of fruits are sweet. We've got 3 big Grimmel Jaboticabas at the back here. This is
really like your Jaboticabas.
I love Jaboticabas.
Yep.
And they take so long to fruit, a lot of them. So if you want to, I thought, well, if I really love them and I don't plant them now, by the time my first one fruits, it'll be another 12 years before. Yep. So this is a another lemon drop mangosteen. You can see the fruits in there.
Yep.
And this is another lemon drop mangosteen, which was sold to me as a Madruno, but it's not, it's a lemon drop. So that one's going to get cut down and grafted. That's a Sabara Jaboticaba, and then another Sabara.
How old is this Jaboticaba tree?
These have been in the ground, they're about 8 years old, the trees. Okay. Yeah. They've been in the ground 6 years and they're about 2 years. So they haven't taken too long. This is a big seedling canistel. There's a couple of fruits left. We've picked about 70 fruits off this one.
Wow.
They're pretty good.
How's the taste? Egg fruit, right? Egg fruit.
Yeah, they taste like a sweet potato pie with a bit of caramel, but they're good. They're good. I like them. Yeah.
And how old is this tree?
Probably around about the same, 7 years. 7 to 8 years, I'd say. Yeah. A lot of my bigger fruiting trees are about that old because I went through and planted a heap of trees.
So you bought the property and you were like, yep, let's get all these trees and plant them.
Yeah, well, after I planted a few, then I started looking at what trees there were, and then I was like, oh my goodness, there's so many fruit trees. So then I just started going crazy. So yeah. That's the Ceylon Hill gooseberry. Have you eaten them before?
No, I haven't.
They're really good. Yeah, they're sort of like the size of a blueberry, but really nice taste.
Are they more on the tropical side?
I'm not sure. They don't suffer here in winter, so they might grow down south. But they're really pretty little flowers. And then I've got some Jaboticabas, like these are just ones that I've grafted myself, like grafted a Grimmel and a Sabara on. Because people are always asking me for Jaboticabas. Oh, these are just a couple of different locuts I've got to graft to put out on a property that I might be planting a lot of trees on.
Yep.
So then I've got Eugenias. This is a yellow cherry of the Rio Grande apparently. That's a Eugenia minutifolia, Anthropopaga.
Now we are entering the tropics, the tropical area of the garden.
And then I've got more Jaboticabas, a scarlet in here, and these are awesome because they just basically fruit non-stop.
All year.
Yep, it'll fruit, and then once all the fruit are picked, well, it's got fruit and it's flowering again. So these are the Jaboticabas.
So all these different Jaboticaba varieties, like, do they
taste different?
Taste different
a little bit. The scarlets are really sweet. The red hybrids are good as well. This is a red hybrid. This is a Z4. They're really good as well. I mean, they're the same sort of flavour profile, but they are. I can tell if I was blindfolded and ate a Sabara or I just love Jaboticaba, so I don't care if they taste the same anyway. That's a Pingo de Mel, Asupalista that's flowering, Oriana, the white Jaboticaba. This is apparently a giant Jaboticaba from Daly's, but I've had a few flowers, but it's not setting. But we'll see.
Is there anything specific you need to do Jaboticaba? Do you need like a bit of acidic soil, more water?
If they're in a pot, they prefer it a bit acidic, and they like a lot of water.
Okay.
Yeah, like pretty much the more water you can give them, the better. The faster they'll grow. But then when they're bigger, they like to be dry for a little bit and then a lot of water, and that stimulates them to flower.
Yep. And do they need like so watering and it's a bit of acidic soil? Or
Yeah. And I give them a bit of like slow release fertilizer in the pots, because in the pots they're not getting anything out of the ground. So along here I've got all rare plants, like lots of different jaboticabas.
And are these like specific grow lights?
They're grow lights. They were just from Temu.
Okay.
But I just got some because it's shaded here during the day, and I just wanted like a couple of hours. They're usually just on a couple of hours, and then at night, if I want to do any grafting, it's so bright I can sit out here and to get a stool and do some grafting. So lots of Planias, Eugenias, Garcinias.
What's the plan here? To keep them there for how long?
Oh, a couple of years, and then I'll probably take a lot out to a property and plant. I'll plant some of these Eugenias in bigger pots. All the Planias and Jaboticabas are fine in pots.
And do you get all of these from other collectors?
Yeah, there's a few people in North Queensland, a few different people, yeah. I'm just always scouring, just looking for anything. So this is actually a yellow Jaboticaba, but that's the Cabela de Cruz. It's a bigger variety. Like a guy in North Queensland was selling cuttings that have been rooted, so yeah. So I couldn't help myself.
That's good.
Yeah,
what is this? Is that frangipani?
Oh, that's
the wrong
a
place?
frangipani. Yeah.
Is that in the wrong place?
That was here when we bought the place.
Should it be replaced with the fruit tree?
It should, but my wife won't let me. So
and I think there is another non-fruiting tree. This one?
That's a lemon myrtle here.
Okay. Oh yeah,
that was huge.
Just for the smell.
Yeah, I've cut it, but I've kept it.
Yeah.
And now we'll go around that way in a sec.
Okay,
I think.
let's go.
I'm just going to check the dog to make sure it's not.
Right. Where were we?
Okay. So I've got some Brazilian guavas in here.
Brazilian guava, is that the purplish one?
No, it's a little tiny one.
Okay.
Psidium guianese.
Okay.
And it doesn't really get stung by fruit fly.
Okay.
It's only flowering at the moment. Oh, there's actually some fruit on the other one. That's a miracle fruit that I almost killed when I did some spraying with micronutrients. Later on I found out you shouldn't really mix all of your micronutrients together at once. Some of them have a bit of a reaction, and I did it on a cloudy day in the afternoon, and then the cloud went away and this really got burnt. So it's just starting to come back.
So you're saying it's alive, and that's a miracle?
Yeah, it is a miracle. It was bare stick. I thought I'd killed it. So that's a Brazilian guava.
All right, that's a Brazilian guava.
Little. They probably get twice to 3 times that big. They're only small.
I have different ones of these small varieties. So one is the yellow lemon guava, cherry, and then the other one is red strawberry guava.
Yep.
And then there is third like purple guava, which is supposed to be Brazilian guava.
Yep.
That's what Daily sold them as.
Okay.
Yeah.
I got a jujube.
That's the
pink limeberry.
Sorry?
Pink limeberry.
Pink limeberry. No, I don't. They look like the thing that they grow in colder regions. Can I eat it?
Yeah, it's a weird taste. It's sort of citrusy and peppery. That's an Australian native. It's not but they fruit pretty much all year, so you can always walk past and just pick fruit on it. So and I don't do anything. This is another lemon drop mangosteen.
What's with the lemon drop mangosteen? What's the goal there?
Well, I didn't try to buy that many lemon, but they just kept. I don't know. I have 1, 2, 3, about 5 fruiting ones, but I think I will cut some of these down and graft some of my rarer ones on. More Sabara Jaboticaba. That's a yellow mangosteen.
Oh,
very sour, but
yeah, that should do well here, right?
Yeah,
yeah.
I don't mind. This is a Poshte.
Poshte. That's
an Anona.
Family of Anona. Okay.
Yeah, so it's got some flowers on it. It had a couple of flowers last year, but it's actually got more flowers this year. So, and these are pisang Ceylon bananas, which I like, but they just fall over so easily.
Yeah, they are the stem is quite thin.
Yeah.
They get tall.
Often I have them all tied back to the tree here around the whole lot, trying to hold them.
How's the taste?
Yeah, they're they've got like an apple taste.
Because sometimes people say that it has a bit of strawberry taste.
I don't know.
Are they different from the ones we get in supermarket, the Cavendish?
Yes, completely different.
Completely different,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Because mine one is just coming out, so it was planted last year, so let's see.
Yeah, no, they're good. They're good. That's a Rolenia. I haven't had any fruit, but it's flowered like crazy and it's got more flowers on it, so hopefully this year we might get some. And I've planted a few Rolenias from a big fruit that a friend gave me, a really big one.
Yeah, I saw the video. I think you shared the video of that fruit.
I might have, a long time ago, yeah. So this is the result of that. This is a dwarf yellow coconut that's been in the ground for 6 years. Very slow. Coconuts are sort of borderline here.
Yeah, at least it's not dying.
Yeah, it's not dying. This was a Samoan red coconut. I just wanted to plant a few different varieties and see what worked. This is a dwarf green coconut. This is a big Grumichama, just a normal black one. But we get lots and lots of fruit off that. These are the Pisang Mas bananas, like the small ones.
Pisang?
Pisang Mas,
Okay.
MAS.
Pisang Malaysia?
I think they're just like a sugar banana, like a small sweet one. They get a little bit bigger than that, but they're quite a small banana. Eventually all the bananas are moving from here. They were just, because I need room for trees, the bananas will go. Another Rolenia. In here I've got 3 Spanish limes. I planted them here because it's sort of quite warm beside the pool. So, and eventually once all these bananas move, I have some more tropical plants that I might plant in here. And this is a dwarf green coconut that
is not dwarf.
It's planted the same time as the yellow.
Okay.
So
dwarf green is doing better
very well. Yeah.
Okay.
So that seems, it's been in the ground about 60 years, but it's grown heaps. Then I have some limes, kaffir lime, mandarin, orange, and then recently I put a Malay apple at the end of my pool and a pomelo, just because I was running out of space. A lemon, and now we're going to have to get wet as we go through here. This is a
stone fruit area.
Yeah, this is a Gulf Gold plum. It just gets so many plums.
Is it anyone is ripe?
I'll have a look on the ground. There might be some.
Because I've just planted it with the Gulf Blaze. Fine, as long as it is.
I'll just see if I can get it. So some of them, that's no good. I'll see if I can find a. Oh, that one. Well, that one looks like. No, part of that one's right. The bottom. They've got something in that one.
Oh, it looks good.
It's. I think because we've had so much rain, a lot of them are starting to. Is it okay? They're not super sweet. This is a bayberry.
Okay.
Chinese bayberry, Yang Mai.
Yeah, the people are talking about it.
Yeah,
on
everyone.
Facebook.
Yeah.
Like, what's the deal with this thing?
I've got some fruit for you.
Okay, of Chinese bayberry.
I got it. Yeah, I got it from a mate of mine on the weekend.
Wow.
But you need a male and female tree, and I only have a female, so. Okay. Oh. These are 2 peanut butterfruit trees, and we'll get
So, you know what? On Daily's peanut butter fruit tree page, it's your video.
Yes, they asked me if they could use it. I think that's probably my highest YouTube video because everyone watches it. And then I've got a seedling star apple. I don't even know whether it's a green or a purple. That was from years ago. Sapodilla.
Chiku. Does it fruit?
Flowers, but it's never fruited. It's grafted. It's prolific, but no fruit.
Yeah.
This is a guabichu.
Guabichu.
Yeah. It's flowering. They're really good. I've got like 60 of them in pots that I'm going to plant out at the property.
Guabichu.
Guabichu.
Okay.
Yeah. They're really, really nice. A little purple fruit with orange inside, but really sweet. really good.
They look really good. They look almost like cinnamon.
Yeah, they're a nice weeping sort of tree. So we might go around, we'll have a look around the back and then we'll go back up through. So this ice cream bean tree is grown from a seed from my other ice cream bean tree. So that's what an ice cream tree bee can grow like in 3 or 4 years here.
Wow.
They just grow so fast. So I basically just grew this as a shade tree because I just last year or the year before I planted some avocados underneath because it's so hot here. The avocados need shade.
So is it what like growing ice cream bean trees because they take a lot of space? Like what's the?
They spread out, so they give you a lot of shade. They're nitrogen fixers, and they grow fast. So and it's easy to. The timber's not very hard, so it's easy to cut them up, so you can prune them back. So eventually, I'll get rid of it altogether. Okay. But it's just there for now.
So 3 avocados here.
Yeah.
They are doing really good.
That's a date palm that I grew from seed in the corner there. They don't love it here, but it's still alive. So when I stop working, this is all future trees maybe. Some more avocados, another different type of this is a different type of ice cream bean. Okay. But that one's more tropical.
How's the fruit? How's the fruit of ice cream?
Oh, it's just
sweet cotton candy.
Yeah, juicy. It's just a snack. It's not really like a proper fruit. It's more of a snack. But I'm just growing them mainly for the shade. Okay. But this one, it's tropical and it's been in the ground 2 years and that's how big it is. So struggling.
This one compared to the 4-year-old.
Yeah, because that's more adjusted.
And that's another avocado. This one.
That's a Nabal.
I think grafted part is growing now.
Yeah, that's growing from the trunk. I let it grow because I wasn't sure it was going to die. So I thought at least I'll get something. That's a Taiwan Gold mango.
So why don't you remove the mango stalk for this?
Because I want the trees to stay small.
Okay.
Like, because usually you remove it so they get bigger. But I want them. I let mine so I just want them to stay as small as possible. So I don't care if next year the tree's only this big, I get 3 fruit, and then this big, and then I get 10. If I get 10 or 20 mangoes off each tree, that's heaps.
That's fine. So, yeah, fair enough.
That's a Kasturi.
Kasturi
mango.
Indian.
That's a carob.
Carob, okay.
Yeah, the self-fertile Clifford, I think.
That's the one that Dailies sell.
Yeah, I bought that. It's actually been pretty slow growing. It's been in the ground about 4 years. That's a sweet tart mango. That's an African peach.
Oh, African peach, okay.
Nuclear something. They look cool. Yep. So we'll see what the fruit's like. There's a Santol in here. And I had a Suriname cherry just grow from seed. It's actually not too bad, so I let it stay there because it sort of gives the Santol a bit of protection in winter. And then I've got a couple of Soursops. This is a Cuban fiberless. It has has a slightly different color leaf than the.
Any reason to plant the Soursops in this area?
They grow up pretty straight.
Okay.
And where else was I going to plant them? That's a Daly's Giant Soursop.
Jackfruits.
This is a lemon Chempurjack from Steve Treni, and I'm just starting to get a few males. So hopefully I get a female fruit this year.
What's the deal with a lot of jackfruits just growing the male flowers and not the females?
That's just what they do when they're small, I think. Okay. Yeah, they just do that for a few years and then they start putting out fruits.
And these are all seedlings?
All seedlings, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how soon can you expect fruit from a seedling in Brisbane?
4 or 5 years. Like this one is a little bit more tropical, being the cross between the Jackfruit and the Chempurjack, so
and
it's a bit slower.
Like the grafted ones at Rose Creek and Daly are selling, do they make a difference? Like, do you get a fruit second year?
A lot of the grafted ones, I've tried a lot of the varieties, and I'm not particularly like the Black Gold. I've tried Black Gold,
Galaxy,
a few of them,
Black Gold,
Galaxy, but I didn't really like the fruit, so that's why I haven't bothered buying a grafted one. This is a China Chempurjack. And I planted that at the same time as this one, but you can see how much more cold hardy this one is. And it's got its first female fruit.
Yep.
And you can tell it looks slightly different from the jackfruit up the top. Like it's a longer
So this is the China Champedak.
Yes. Yeah.
Champedak.
And these seeds actually came from trade winds in the US. So hopefully.
So Champedak, what's the difference Champedak and jackfruit? I know jackfruits.
Champedak.
Sorry, this is Champa Jack.
This is Champedak.
No Champedak.
No.
Okay, this is
I don't think the Champedak will grow
because Champedak is supposed to be more tropical.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
So this is Champedak. This is supposed to be cold hardier than regular jackfruits.
Cold hardier than Champedak, but not as cold hardy as jackfruit, I don't think.
Okay.
But this one seems fine here. So maybe they are. I don't know.
Well, you have planted it like in a very protected location, just beside this massive shed.
Yeah, yeah. It gets baked here in winter. So yeah.
Yeah.
So and these were my red jackfruits.
Yeah, the infamous red jackfruits
that didn't turn out red. So it's got more fruit on it. The first fruit were pretty horrible. So I'll give it this year, but then I might cut them and I might actually try to graft off some people I know.
How do you bring all this mulch here? Like, do you
wheelbarrow?
That's a lot of mulch.
That is a lot of mulch. This is a maprang.
Oh my God!
And even down here, they don't like it.
I saw your recent post on Facebook. I think you were replying to someone that your maprang is it's like growing like a normal tree. It is supposed to be like super tropical. Yeah. Right.
I have killed one before, but this one seems to be hardy. And then that's the other jackfruit. I have two chestnuts that I've cut right down, but they're regrowing. But this space will be reserved for something. I don't know yet.
So that's a Malabar chestnut.
No, that's a true chestnut.
Okay.
But meant to be more of a subtropical variety. But
are they good tasting?
It would form the big spiky ball. You'd open it up, but there wasn't much inside. So they're gonna go. I might try.
I think this
rambutan.
Yeah, this area is like really protected.
Yeah.
This is like one of the best locations.
I have a marcotted langsat, so that might go in here. And then I've got some white sapotes up there. They were just seedlings, and I've grafted some varieties on, but we don't need. That's just.
So white spot is.
But they've fruited. The seedlings are fruited, and the fruit's fine. Okay. It's just not really big. It's a smaller fruit. But I had grand idea. They just grow so fast. I can cut that down, and then next year they're up there again. Yeah.
And you don't have any issues with rats or any pests, fruit fly, flying foxes?
We get some flying foxes, but for some reason they don't know they're here yet. So the flying foxes will get into my tamarind, which you can see up the top there. They'll get into there, and we get fruit fly, but that's mainly in the stone fruit. And I just net everything. But yeah.
What about all these jackfruits and mangoes? You have no issue with fruit fly? No issue with?
No. I cover the mangoes, but that's just from the flying foxes and the king parrots.
Okay.
But yeah, the fruit fly don't seem to get into it.
And in terms of fertilizer, like, do you do anything? What do you use? Like anything?
Just an organic rock dust.
Okay.
Mineral fertilizer. Yeah.
The one I see a lot of people posting about that Earth Life mineral.
Yeah, I use one that it's not that one, but it's just one that I buy from my big farm store here. But it's a similar sort of stuff.
Okay. What do you call it? The rock dust.
Yeah, it's like a rock mineral fertilizer.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, so it's not really.
Do you think does it make a difference? Like what fertilizer you're using? Have you seen?
I don't think so. I think it makes more of a difference in a pot. In a pot, because I make up my own potting mix. There's no nutrient in there whatsoever. So I need to put some slow release on that.
I've started using this apparently a fertilizer. It's not a fertilizer, it's a fish poo.
Yep.
So it's called Swift Grow.
Yep.
So it's actually very, very close to my house. So the guy was actually a Baramandi farmer.
Okay.
So he started like doing this, he was throwing all the fish waste somewhere on the property.
Yeah.
And apparently that area grew really, really well.
Okay.
So now he is full time like a fish poo farmer.
Okay.
So he doesn't sell Baramandi anymore.
Just sells the.
He has just found a way to like take out the bottom of the fish tank without all the smell.
Okay.
So he sells this product, and that has it looks like it has made a really big difference. Like it's just a liquid.
Well, sometimes during the year I'll go through with my backpack and spray like sea salt.
Sea salt,
a power feed, which is like sea salt with some other, but that was mainly when things were smaller, and now I don't really want them to grow. And as long as they're giving me fruit,
I think especially when you have so much mulch here, after
Yeah.
some time, like these trees like make some connection with the soil,
yeah,
and they just work
Yep.
together. And,
Yeah.
and you have all these trees, like I am sure their roots are overlapping, and
Yeah,
they
yeah,
are
yeah.
exchanging all
Yep.
the nutrients with each other. That's really cool. What are these things growing? All these?
oh, it's just some sort of weed that we get.
Yeah, okay.
So I come out here. Actually, that's a jackfruit
That's a jackfruit seed.
seedling.
So this growth at the bottom, do you do anything about it, or is it fine?
I haven't, just because like these growth. This is just a jackfruit stem, so that will just grow and get jackfruit. It'll only grow to this big, and it will just put out jackfruit.
Okay.
It's not like a branch. The jackfruit stems grow different. They sort of, I can sort of tell by looking at it what's a branch. These are all gonna put out jackfruit down the bottom this year.
Okay.
But yeah, I'll see what it tastes like this year. But if I have to cut it down, I'll cut it down and get
And
something
don't
else.
do you spray your mangoes or anything else with sulfur, copper?
I don't, but if it keeps getting wet all the time when they're flowering, I might need to spray them with sulfur. But I don't use anything that's non-organic, because I just don't want to eat
Yep.
any of that stuff. But
That's good. Anything else? Anything there apart from white spotted?
no, not here. We'll go back around and then
right.
go
Let's
up
go.
the other way.
Let's go.
Oh, these are Jackfruit.
Is it the one red color?
Big red fruit, yeah.
Yeah.
Red
That-
inside.
That has the red dye?
Yes.
Okay. And you can't eat the fruit, apparently it's very poisonous? Or something?
No. You can eat the fruit.
You can eat fruit?
Yeah, I'm not sure whether it's Vietnamese. They take the inside out and then mix it with rice
Okay.
to get like a red rice.
Red
It's meant to be really good for you. So this is the female vine mixed in with a ube. And then this is the male vine here. So you
How-
get male and female.
How do you know it's male or female?
Because I just know because I've taken cuttings off each one. I used to have it growing somewhere else, and I've brought it down here.
So if you take cutting from a male, it will be male?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, and you get it. The seed looks a little different when you
So
grow it.
the plan is to let it grow over
Just
this
get
shed.
they're very vigorous, but I just want to try to stop it here.
Okay.
But this is just from spring. This is the ube growing up here,
Ube is the one that grows like underground tubers,
Yes.
right?
like purple yam. So it'll grow like
Yeah.
like some of these that I've pulled up that I haven't managed to. That one there is actually regrowing.
So it's like a sweet potato thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's the fruit there.
Yep.
This one with the green vine is more white and cream inside.
Mm-hmm.
But my wife doesn't like vines, so I have to try to
Yeah.
grow them down here where she can't see them.
And what's the sun's direction like? Where does the sun come from? Like,
Pretty much over the top here.
okay, from
So-
this place.
So it goes from that side of the property straight over,
Okay.
and then in winter time it heads round that way, tracks more that way.
Okay.
So it shines down on that side of the shed. So that side of the shed's very warm in winter,
Mhm.
which is why all the trees in there are pretty happy.
And how often are you watering? What are you using for watering? Do you have,
I just do it by hand.
okay.
So I used to have to do it a lot when they were small, but now I only go around and water my smaller trees. All of these established trees, they just have to wait until it rains. Or if it looks really dire. I just recently planted some nashis. There's a
Pinto Peanut. Nashi, is that the pear?
Yeah, Asian pear.
Is that the graft coming out from the?
It probably is somewhere down there. Yeah, the graft's down here.
The Pinto Peanut looks really nice. It gives you that
Yeah.
carpeted feeling.
Yeah, I really, So this is spread basically in 2 years from a couple of plants. So
Okay, so what is it doing? Is
it just keeps running.
okay?
It just keeps spreading and growing. But these little
Putting
flowers
roots.
turn into little nuts that fall down, and they will grow as well.
Okay.
But they just take a couple of years to grow. So if you're just growing it from the seeds, it takes a long time.
So, if someone is to grow like this Pinto Peanut, I think this is a nitrogen fixer as well, right?
Yes.
So what's the like? Do we just take the plants and then plant them somewhere and then keep watering them?
Yeah, they just need a lot of water.
Okay.
I don't know whether, I'm not sure, say, how much further south they would go. They're more tropical,
Yep.
but I just really want them. So I've been persisting. But I can just break off an end and stick that in a pot.
Okay, I'm
And
gonna take some cuttings.
Yeah, and they'll root pretty easy.
I'm gonna take some cuttings.
I've got them growing around. These are my tropical apples. Tropic Sweet, Anna.
What's with this pipe?
Oh, it was just to sort of help hold the net up. I've got a star picket there. Golden Dorset. This is Arusha Soursop
Okay.
with a few Soursops.
Soursops are doing really nice at your place.
Yeah, they seem pretty happy.
Is any soursop ready?
No, it's still
None of
too
it?
early. Yeah.
So they will be ready by what, Christmas?
Just after Christmas, usually we get our first one. Around Christmas, yeah. That's another Sapodilla, Carusi, Peachcot. Peachcot.
Peachcot?
Yeah, really good.
Really good?
Yeah, I love it. Yeah, that's one of our favourites. But it's finished now. So we probably had 300 or 400 on there. Yeah, another plum. These are Ross and Bruno Sapote, type of canistel, flowering.
And what about this? Okay, that's a plum.
That was the plum. This is a peach in here.
Okay.
That's the Florida Prince, which is finished.
And this one
This is a Gulf Ruby or something, like to match with the other plum. And then I've got a
oh my god.
a Pluot. I didn't think Pluots would. That's the Blackadder one that Daly's had.
Yeah, I literally cancelled the order. Is
Yeah.
it ready?
None of them are ready.
So what? Okay.
I don't know how good they are yet.
I literally cancelled order because I thought this will not fruit in Sydney.
Well, it fruits here, so it'll definitely fruit in
I
Sydney.
had bad experience with a lot of plums, like what do you call the Satsuma and the Mariposa, all those. So they were like 2 years, 3 years old, and they were not putting on any flowers.
Okay. Yeah.
So apparently, I think they will do well in further down than even.
Yeah,
Sydney.
yeah.
So,
And then I have a Caracara, orange, Tangelo, a lemonade, a couple of big cherry of the Rio Grandes there,
mhm.
and then there's a little dwarf nectarine there, which is more ornamental than edible. I've got another type of canistel from North Queensland. This is a Alan Carl. Alan Carl was like with the Botanical Ark, I think. That's
So
named after him. So
seedling.
seedling. Oh,
Because
not sure.
that
Yeah, I
is
think
coming
it
up.
is. I think it's a seedling. I recently just put in a custard apple because I'm going to reclaim some more grass.
That's what I was going to ask. Like, why so much grass?
Because
Something used to be done.
this is where I used to have all my veggies
Uh-huh.
in here, and I'm putting another big 10x6 greenhouse to grow my veggies because I need to eat veggies. Another Grumichama, just a I
Indian
don't know, it's a
guava?
big white guava,
Okay.
yellow with the white inside.
Yeah, that's the Indian.
Usually we get our fruit in winter, but for some reason this year it's fruiting now, which
Yeah.
is a pain because I'll have to
I
bag
get
them
in
up.
winter. I get in winter. So
I've got a big Amberella hog plum in there.
where?
It's like right up, it's up the top there.
At the back.
Um,
That's a
Locust, Panama berry.
Panama berry. Is it nice?
Yeah, they're okay. The lorikeets love them. I'll see if I can see any. There is like thousands. You get thousands of fruit.
Hmm.
They're okay. They're just like they're more of a novelty. But all of my friends' kids love them.
Mhm.
So. I
What's
can-
with the mulberry? Is it the mulberry?
Yeah, this is I haven't had any fruit off it. It was from a mulberry tree that's like 150 years old.
Okay.
So it was in our fruit club. So I said, "Oh yeah, I'll take one." I haven't had any fruit yet. So
How old is it?
this it's only been in the ground 2 years from a little cutting.
Oh my god.
So it grows pretty fast. These are the Muscadine Adonis,
Mhm.
and yeah, that'll just be
Nah, they look
that's
really nice.
covered. I've had to grows right down to here. And I have to cut it because it's so vigorous, and it's covered in flower like the
And
whole.
they are the seeded grapes, right? They
Yeah.
have the seed.
Yeah,
Yeah. They are very, very good for tropical climates.
they grow like crazy. Yeah, and then I have
Now
some.
the vine is going up.
Yeah, this is good. It gives me a little shaded area. I have some just seedlings of different various stuff under
Of
here.
course.
And then this is my
And that's your
where I
lab.
mix up all my potting mix.
Yep.
So I've got peat moss, pumice, charcoal, perlite, sand, cocoa coir, and mix it all up.
Okay, what's the typical potting mix that you use? What's the typical mix?
I get 2 scoops of the peat moss that's got high pH, 1 scoop
High
of,
or low?
sorry, low pH.
Okay.
Yeah, the low pH. Then I have a peat moss that's pH balanced.
Mhm.
1 scoop of that, 1 scoop of coconut coir, 2 scoops of sand, 2 scoops of perlite, 1 scoop of charcoal, and 1 scoop of pumice.
So charcoal, is it, what charcoal? Is it powdered form of charcoal?
5 millimeter.
Uh-huh.
I put this in my pots because it helps trap all the minerals.
Mhm.
If I put mineral fertilizer on the top, because when I repot a plant, if I pull it out and I pull the roots away, the roots are growing into the charcoal, and you can't. If you pull the charcoal, you break the root. So it's obviously getting
There
something.
is something
out,
in
it's
the
getting
charcoal, yeah.
something.
Yep.
The charcoal traps all the mineral.
Okay, I didn't know that. So charcoal, I know about perlite. I don't use it as much. So cocoa peat, sand, and what
The
was
pumice rock.
Pumice rock.
Yeah.
What's that? Is it kind of like normal sandstone?
No, it's very light and it soaks up water.
Mm-hmm.
So this is just from a guy in the US, Gary Matsuoka from Laguna Hills Nursery.
Yeah. So is this similar to vermiculite?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Vermiculite is more like perlite, I think.
Mm.
I don't know. I've just come up with a mix that works for me anyway. But it does need a little bit more water than what some people would want. They would probably prefer, but I want it long term. I can water a lot and nothing goes rotten. So I can water it every day in a pot for a year, and when I pull it out, there's no smell, like nothing's going rotten in the bottom. So it works.
And the ducks.
Ducks are out. I've left the chook in because it's rainy, so
Why only one chook?
because all the other ones have died because they got old, and we were just waiting for this one to fall off the perch, and then I'll get a bunch because they don't integrate very well when you put a new one in.
They have the packing order issues.
Yeah, this is a red chatoot mulberry, which I'm gonna dig it. I'm gonna dig that out because I have to. It grows too big here, and I'm gonna plant more Garcinias. And this is Achacha, which has some fruit on it again this year.
Wow.
So,
Achachiru.
yep. So there's fruit. There's not a lot of fruit. This is only the second year. I only had a couple of fruit last year. I think
What do you mean second year? How old is this tree?
I think the tree is probably 10 or 11 years old. Because I bought
that's
it
a
as
very old
I bought it as an advanced seedling, and I had to drive to Daly's and pick them up because they wouldn't post them, and they've been in the ground 6 years, and they were probably 4 or 5 years old when I got them.
Yeah, I have a long way to go.
But they do speed up. Like it was this size for years, and then then in a year it grew that much, and then in another year it grew. So they sort of speed up as they get their taproot down.
And do not have any issues with the pollination? Are they okay with the single?
No, I think that. Well, I've got another one here anyway. This one beside it. So I planted 2 because I just love the fruit.
They are amazing fruit. I always order when they get ready from the Achacha farm.
Yep.
Up in North Queensland.
And then there's a big broadleaf papaya there. That's the original one I had, and the other ones I'm growing came from that tree there. And I need a ladder to get up to pick the fruit because it's so high. Eventually I'll get rid of that one, and the bananas that will come out, they're just lady fingers, and then this whole row will eventually just be Garcinias. I'll put my Luke's Garcinia and some other Garcinias in here.
Damn.
Because they're happy here, so I'm just gonna. And I love Garcinias.
Of course.
I think that's
it.
That's pretty much most of it.
Nothing.
And then everywhere I have space, I have 50 guabijus down there.
Yep.
And some mangoes for grafting. So I can
You
graft.
must said those are.
That's just some quail. I used to have lots of quail, but I've got too many things to do, so I'm just downsizing the quail and once I retire, I'll get back into breeding them again.
Yep.
But yeah, I've got some.
Do you eat them or do you?
Yeah, I breed them to eat. So.
But the eggs are really small.
Really small, but they're pretty good. 4 quail eggs to a chicken egg.
Okay.
Then we have scissors that sort of take the top off and you just pour them out.
Okay.
So they're good. But it's just incubating them and then raising them and then butch. It's just a lot of work, and at the moment I don't have the time. This is
what do we have here?
Florida
Gold.
Florida Gold. Have you got one of them?
Nope.
Oh, that one's a good one. Just need to try to find one that's. The problem with all this rain is they start to rot on the tree.
Thank you.
I think that's probably.
Oh my god, that is so nice.
And then that's the white peach that's pretty much done. And then this is a tropic beauty. That's a tropic beauty. They're not quite as nice, I don't reckon, but they're still better than.
No.
These are definitely better.
That's right.
But the problem is you buy the tree, you plant it, and then you've got to wait a few years to find out. You can just chuck them in there. That's my what I pick up all the fruit off try to pick up all the fruit off the ground. And then I have a nectarine there.
Which nectarine?
Sunbob, I think.
Sunbob?
Sunbob. They're quite nice, but they're not ready yet. These are our second last stone fruit, the last of the plums. Usually we get these and the plums. And yeah, that's about it. We'll get the
Oh, there's one of those ready. Not ready, but
I don't even bother netting these because they're not really that nice to eat.
that's super dwarf nectarine.
Super dwarf nectarine. It's more of an ornamental. Yeah.
Wow.
Look at those.
Oh my god, it's amazing.
That's Pitomba.
Tomba. Wow.
They're pretty good.
Just thinking what they taste like. I can't think of anything.
It's a little bit apricot-y, but sort of crossed with the Suriname cherry, or it's got a little bit of that Eugenia taste. But that's the bayberries.
You just eat it like this?
It's got a hard stone in the middle.
Okay. That's nice.
I mean, they're unusual. It's a different taste. It's like almost.
I can't think of anything.
Yeah.
This is completely new to me.
It's got a little bit of a like medicinal taste. I don't know.
Maybe.
Like something like a.
Very exotic taste. I don't even know what is the texture like because it is.
It's sort of crunchy.
Yeah, but is there any other fruit that I know that has similar
No.
texture? I don't know.
Yeah, they're very unusual. They're strange. But the trees, the guy I know with the tree, he'll get like buckets of fruit. So he just gave me that many because there's just so many fruit. So they're very prolific.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's.
I'm really impressed, and happy to see your food for us. This is amazing place. Wow. and so many things are already fruiting, and there are so many things that are on the way.
Yeah, I've got heaps, I've got
what do you
heaps.
do with all these
got-
things?
Yeah,
And the most amazing thing is like a lot of things are just growing in partial shade,
yes,
and they are still fruiting. Even the mangoes are fruiting, which need apparently full sun.
yeah, but
So-
the sun's so hot here,
Yeah.
they don't mind a little bit of shade.
Yep.
But even those mangoes that are in part shade, as the sun heads up in the afternoon, it comes in this way, so they do get a bit of sun.
I'll end the video.
Yep.
What is your YouTube channel?
Doug's
Your-
Rare Fruit Farm.
Yes, you have recently changed from Doug's Urban Farm to Doug's Rare Fruit Farm.
Yeah, because I'm gonna have more of a farm in the future.
Yes.
Hopefully.
And do you sell any of these trees as well? Do you graft and sell them?
Not really. No.
Okay.
Yeah, it's for me. It's just a hobby,
Okay.
and I always say that I'm going to sell things, but then I would just give them away. Maybe in the future.
Yeah.
But yeah, at the moment I don't have time to graft stuff for people. So
Oh my God, it's so good.
Yeah.
All right, Doug, thanks for your time.
No
And I'll
worries.
Stop the video.